Hello, hello. How is everyone? I just literally did something so stupid. I deleted my comment section, so now I gotta go in here and bring that back up. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Where are we? Hi. Ah. Hi, Lisa. Yes. Hi, Lisa. I did something so stupid. I accidentally took off the comment. There we go. Let's get it back. The comment section. There we go. Hello. All right. Lisa, I found everything. I got everything I needed. Let me just jump right to this. I found this vase underneath my kitchen sink. I found it underneath my kitchen sink. I've got my long handle. Should have had those out. I got my long handle paint brushes, and didn't do my lights right. Hi. Yay. So I found the vase. I found some pink pink food coloring. Got my water. Don't take much, so I don't have a lot. And I'm rolling over things here. Okay, got my gloves. Let's turn on some lights. There we go. Okay, I think I have everything that I need to get started. Right? So for those who aren't watching and who don't know what Lisa and I are talking about, or those who aren't commenting but don't know what Lisa and I are talking about, we're going to make a glam vase out of this vase, flower vase that I found here underneath my kitchen sink. Check your sinks, ladies. Check underneath your sinks for those flowers that you get gifted and you keep the vase and think, oh, I'll reuse the vase, and then it gets pushed back to the back of your kitchen sink. So let's get going because we don't know how much time it's going to take. I'm going to clean the vase out now. Don't make the mixture too thick. Okay, so this is coming as a recommended project from our sister girl, our sister friend, Miss Lisa. She sent me a video of Des, and I think it was DEZI 1016, and I think it's Des by Desiree or Destiny, something like that is the name of the YouTube channel. This, we want to give credit where credit is due. I would not have known about this project if it were not for my dear friend Lisa, who said, hey Sharon, this is something we should try. And since this is breast cancer month, look at, do you guys see how my OCD just kicked in? Lisa, did you see that? I was supposed to be cleaning the inside of this vase, and here I go to cleaning the glue off of my mat. That's how quick OCD can sit down on you. Okay. And yet I'm still rubbing, even though I know I'm supposed to be doing something else. I'm going to put that aside, stop cleaning. That gave time for my base to dry, I believe. Yep, that gave time for my base to dry. Let's set that aside for right now. I'll lay that there. All right. And I watched the video just a little, so I think I may know what we have to do, but we're going to do it random. Okay? What I watched on Miss Dez's video was that you mix some of your tacky glue, and this is the tacky glue, and this was sent to us by Lisa. Lisa suggested that we try this, so we're going to see if our tacky glue is open. All right, there, let's remove that. Get that off my gloves. Let's see, you can see I have not opened the tacky glue. I did not cheat, you guys. I did not make a new one before, so we are going to do this together and test to see if this works based on what Miss Des told us. So from the video, I learned that you put in about 2/3 of your tacky glue. I'm going to put in, I'm going to take the lid off because, excuse me, that alcohol got to me cleaning this mat off. I want just a little bit more. I'm going to make more than I think I need because Lisa and I, when we were talking yesterday, we thought, you know, once you do it, you kind of want 2 coats, but you definitely can't remix it to the right consistency if you have, if you don't have enough. Good morning, Glenda. How are you? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We're going to stain this vase with food coloring. This was an idea shared with me from Lisa. And so we're going to try this and see if it works. She saw it on a YouTube channel by the name of Miss Des. So we're going to try to make this consistency. I've never done this before, so we're doing everything subject. Okay, so I only added a little bit of water into my my glue mixture, and if I am using a medicine cup, and right now it says that my glue mixture is at, what is it showing me here? My glue mixture is at 25.25 ml, and then the water just barely made it at a little over it. So we're going to mix it together, and it takes it a bit to get mixed together because the glue already has some sustaining pieces. So we want to make sure that we mix it together. Hi, Wanda. Hello, Cassandra. How are you? And we don't want it to be too thick. So I'm going to put a little more water in it and see how we do. And I will, oh, I put a lot of water in that one. That's okay. We'll see how it goes. We want it to be thin. For you guys just coming in, I am currently using the tacky glue that I received from Lisa and a little bit of water, mixing this project together. We're going to stain this vase that you're looking at here. I don't know if that's too thin or too thick, but let's try. I guess we could always add more tacky glue to it if we feel like it's too thick. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. I'm going to show you. Let me switch the camera view here so you can kind of get a look at. This is what I have right now. And the consistency is it's dripping down, but it's not really thin. So I might try to make it a little thinner to make this a just a covering gloss, right? Add a little bit more water to it. I guess I would rather have it too thin than too thick. What do you think, Lisa? Is that the deal? We want it too thin instead of too thick? Now that's really thin. Okay. This is not something that I created. This was shared with me from a video from Lisa, who's on the line. Lisa recommended that we try this as our project for today, and I thought, great idea. It is a project that was done on a YouTube channel by the name of Dezi, D-E-Z-I, Dezi 1016, I believe is what it is. And it's Dezi 1016 by Des is the project. I think that's a really good consistency. We'll try it. All right. And what I believe, because I've not done this before, my friends, what I think is that the food coloring, the tacky glue, adds some stick to it so that when you glue it onto when you paint your vase, it actually makes it hold on to the idea. or to the sides of the vase instead of just running down like water. That's my thought. Now, I am going to use pink because I want to do this for Breast Cancer Month. And I know we have some survivor sisters on here, so we're going to use pink for them. And the goal here is to not use too much food coloring. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my tip of my, what is this? I'm using a popsicle stick stir. And see if wow, look at how that pinkened up really, really quick. That definitely made it pink, and I still have some on the tip of my popsicle stir. That food coloring changed that like ASAP, didn't it? So I think that might be thick enough, or dark enough, I guess. Is, you know, but I kind of wanted to show. And you want it to be translucent. That's why you want to make sure you don't make it too dark. However, when we put it on the glass, that could have a possibility of disappearing if we put that on the glass like that. So I'm going to take just one more drop. Lisa, I'm not following the rules all the way here. I'm going to take one more little teeny drop and make that a little darker. All right, let me cover my food coloring up. You don't need much, not much at all. This will be great, so I can actually use that for some food now, since I didn't destroy it. And because I'm extra, I'm going to add a little bit of sheen to it and put in some of this pearl, glitter pearl. This is a micro powder, and this will make it have kind of a pearlized look. Not sure if it'll have a big impact on it, but I wanted to try it anyway. So I'm going to just take a little bit of this. Look at that. Can you see? It's really tiny. Camera won't let you see because it's white on white. Let's see if we do this way. Nope, too much light. I'm just going to do a little bit, you guys, just a little bit in there. And you can see now. Let me get this off my gloves. Okay. You can see how that changed that. Now let's stir it really. Oh, that's so pretty. Can you see how that, look at how that made that iridescent. That's so cute. I'm going to turn off one of these lights so you guys can see what I see. See that iridescence that it added to that? That is so cute. All right. I got all my stuff mixed together. I'm just cleaning off the color off my popsicle stick and mixing it in again. It's not thick, it's runny. I'm going to come to the side here and let you see from this viewpoint how this works. All right, this is not thick at all. It's very loose, very runny. And now I think we're ready to paint. Now remember, this is glue inside of here, so I don't know if it will start to dry as we go, but we'll see. I mean, and I'm just going to use a paint brush, a regular paint brush, right? And I'm going to wet my brush a little bit so that it doesn't take up much. It doesn't take much of my product to get the brush wet. So we'll wet our brush just so the brush will already be moist, and then we don't have to use all of our solution with wetting the brush. Okay? Does that make sense what I'm saying? All right. Now, let's try. Here goes nothing. Y'all ready? Hi, Glenda. Where you been? I've been missing in action, but now I'm back. I've been doing a little traveling. Went to visit my daughter in Georgia. Oh, cool. And now I'm in Alabama. Surprised my girlfriend. Wow, that's cute. That's awesome. Happy birthday to your girlfriend. I don't know if you guys can't see this. I'm going to try to bring this up, but look at the iridescence in that. That's so cool to me. All right, so we're going to get that off my glove so I don't get it everywhere. And I hope I made enough so that we can actually see this. You see that? It's kind of thin, so I might need to add a little more color to it, because that's a really, really light, really, really light. I might not, yeah, you can't hardly see that. And the water is separating. I'm looking at the water separating in it. And so I might need more glue because I can see the water separating inside of there. We're trying this together, y'all. I've not done this before, but I can see that the water is separating inside of the vase. Can you guys see that? The water is separating, so it's not, that's definitely not what we want. I'm going to add a little bit more glue and a little bit more color. Maybe I put too much water in it. So let's see what happens here. Let's add a little bit more of our glue. Not much. This is a trial and error, sis. Trial and error. And then I'll add a little more color to it because I do want it a little darker. It's very thin and you can't see that at all. So let's add one full dollop. There we go. Now we might have done it right there. That might do it. And let's mix that. Oh, that's dark. Ooh, that's pretty. That's even prettier, you guys. I love it with the iridescent mica powder in there. Now let's see if we got enough glue in it. I'm worried about making it too thick, but right now it is not holding onto the sides at all. It's doing what water does, right? And we've cleaned it, we've sprayed it with alcohol, so we know the interior of it is good and clean. So let's see if this will work for us. All right. Let's make sure we don't want it too thin. So let's try it again. Let's see if we add just that little more, see what happens. That's doing better. I think that was it, you guys. I think I might have had too much water in it. I may have had it too thin because that looks like it's holding better. See that? And I can actually see the purple or the pink. That looks like it's holding better. So let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. All we have to do is start over. If this doesn't do what I think it's supposed to do. So if you decide to do this, you definitely want either a wide mouth vase or a long handle paintbrush like I'm using. And you do not want to put food in this. And I don't know if you even want to put real flowers in it because I don't know what the water, if you put real flowers in this vase after this, what the water would do. This is pretty. This was a great idea that was shared with us from my girl Lisa, who is there online in the comments section. Lisa will answer any questions that you may have. So put them out there as I am painting the interior of this vase. Lisa also shared the name of the YouTuber, let's give her credit, that this idea came from. And it was shared with me. Now the inside of this vase is clean, except for at the bottom, it does have the, see down this that you feel here at the bottom that you see, it's on the inside of the vase as well. So I'm trying to make sure that I get inside of all those little lines and all of that before I stroke it up to the top here. I think this is going to be gorgeous when we finish. Yeah, and I think I might finally have the right glue consistency. Do you guys see that staining? This is like stained glass. It's going to be so cute. It is going to be... Oh, you know what? I forgot. I forgot my lights. I wanted to put fairy lights in it. I think I might have some behind me. Oh, no. It's a call from the office. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Yeah, that's looking good. What's going on? My phone is ringing from the shelter. I'm not sure if that's a good call or a bad call. I probably need to grab that, call them back, see what's going on, make sure no emergencies happen. It's Sunday. It's got to be something important that they would call me on a Sunday. It's got to be an emergency. Oh, yeah. Look at how that looked, you guys. Now, it is still kind of separating down inside of there. And I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to do or be. I don't really like that it's separating. You can't see that, can you? There is some separation. I tried it yesterday and had bubbles. How did you not get bubbles? I may have not gotten the bubbles because of the thickness of my product, but I am getting separation really bad. Let me see if I can get you guys to see what I'm talking about when I say it's separating. Like it's going on smooth, but then it's doing like what water does. You know how water and like rain, on a glass, it starts to separate. Do you see that? Can you guys see that? I'm not sure. Is that what it's supposed to do, Lisa? Or do I not have my stuff thick enough? See how that's separating inside of there? I would assume that I don't have my mixture thick enough if it's still allowing it to separate. Because that would mean that the water is bifurcating the mixture, separating from the mixture. That would be my assumption. What do you guys think? Just next layer a little thicker. Okay. So the next layer, make it a little bit thicker. Huh. I hope so. Okay, we'll give this a few moments to kind of settle and dry. You can see that it does stain it. It definitely adds color to your vase. That's for sure. But I'm not sure. Look at that. I'm not sure if, I hope that it will, and this is me, right? Like impatient, wanting to spread it out and spread it out and make sure that it doesn't separate. That's very pretty. And mine has a little shimmer in it, Lisa, from that micro powder. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I watched her video, she said she let it dry for about 6 hours before she came back with the next layer. Well, we don't have 6 hours, but I definitely want to, and I know I've made my way all the way around the circle of this cup, and as I make my way around, it continues to separate. But not as bad. Yep. Okay, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to add a little bit of this glue to it. Lisa, I know I could possibly be making a mess. I'm probably killing you right now with this. I'm going to add a little bit more glue. I'm going to mix it up again. Take out what's in my brush. Get me a wipe. Wipe that up. Lay that on top of that. And Lisa says, I'm going to try that. Yes, add some micro powder. How's Susan? How are you, sweetie? Add some micro powder, Lisa, and see, it shimmered it up right away. Now, let me see. Okay, I put a little bit more glue into this. Maybe my mixture was too thin. I definitely like the color that it's giving off, but I am concerned about the separation on the glass. So now I got a lot more. It's a lot thicker, and we're at the base of what we had. So let's try this again. Not a whole lot in there, a lot thicker. Let's see. Oh, that might be it, loves. That might be it. We might just, I may have made the original mixture too thin, trying not to get it to be real thick. So the consistency of the mixture really makes a difference in how it goes on inside of the vase. Now notice at the bottom, I have not went down there and touched that anymore. I'm going to let that separate the way that it's separated because of the way the base is made. So I'm okay with that being like that. I think it's the glue that is making it a difference in helping the food color hold on to there. And I may have had the first round of food colors too thin. And I know from talking to Lisa that you don't want the food color too thick, your mixture too thick. But obviously too thin can have a negative impact as well. Let's see. That's cute. That's coming along cute. I do have a few bubbles, but not very bad. Hardly any. I can see them, but that may be because I put the micro powder in it, and the micro powder has a tendency to change your consistency of the bubbles and how they work. I've seen that even when I do epoxy. You get, sometimes it will take the little bitty micro bubbles out. Okay, Lisa. All right, team. Hey, Susan. Here's the deal. We are experimenting with trying to see if this will work. I see one gap of bubble right there. One gap came in, but the rest of it is not separating as bad as it was separating before. So I must have had the mixture too thin. I must have had the mixture too thin because there's very little separation now. And you know what I think I will do? Yeah, I must have had that too thin. Look at that. The water's to help move the glue. And I had way too much water in it then because I had it much thinner than it probably needed to be. And that looks nice. Now let me go dip down inside of here and try to clean up some of this. I think what I'll even do, okay, Lisa, here I go sampling on something. I'm trying something, you guys. Use me to try this. I'm going to wipe my edge because I see it running. I don't want it to run. I don't want runners. And then I'll come back in and pull it up so that it's not, that I don't have a circle around that the wrong way. All right. I think I'm going to do one more thing. Lisa, don't kill me. I see bubbles starting to come. So maybe that's what it is. The bubbles are because I didn't have it. I had it so thin. If I were brave enough, I would stick a little bit of, I would spray some hot glue, or not hot glue. I would spray some alcohol down in there, which really pops the bubbles. But I think I might try a little bit of heat on it to pop the bubbles. And where's my... Y'all won't even know how much glue we done put in it now because I done mixed and mixed and mixed. Adding. But I'm doing one last little thin layer of glue mix. I'm just going to use what I got in my paintbrush and mix this together and do another little layer of glue or another little thin layer on this to help pull it up and make it work together. Adding more, what I hope to be more substance of tack to it. Yeah. Okay. This is it. This is it, ladies. This is it. Adding a little more tack to it. Y'all know I couldn't just leave well enough alone. I had to come in. But so far, we're doing good. So far, we haven't had any major faux pas. It is alive, so you know something is still subject to happen. But I've seen places where it was separating, and I wanted to give it a chance to, I wanted to live. I wanted to give it a chance to cure, they'll fix those separations before we start allowing it to dry. I just feel like if it dries with those separations in it, it'll be harder to fix them at the end. So that's why I went in that way to fix it. Look at that. That's very pretty. That's very pretty. All right, so how are we going to pop the bubbles? Because I did create a few bubbles once I added more of the glue and less of the water mixture. So here's how we're going to fix the bubbles. I have my little heat gun, and I'm going to dip it inside and heat it up a little bit. Now, let's see. I do have more separation right there. Oh, I can feel it setting up though. It's getting a little tackier. And maybe once it gets a little tacky, then you can work to help move the separated pieces out. Clear those out. And I think because it's inside the jar, the bubbles won't matter that much. Look at how that tackiness is, as I get up here to the end where it was drier. Look at how that's getting stiff up there. Right in there, it's really getting stiff toward the top. All right. I'm going to leave well enough alone and let it dry. Let me roll around in the bottom. This is a quick and easy project. Okay. I keep saying I'm going to leave well enough alone, and then I keep looking at it. What do you guys think? Put that there. There it is. It's going to be beautiful. So we're going to do some more stuff to it next week. So this week we've stained the glass. Let's see. Let's bring up the camera. Look at how, I mean, it in the light you can't really see it because it's so like the light that you have here, it has a tint of pink to it. It has a tint of pink. This is a great idea. Don't apologize. I love it. We're working together. It has a tint of pink to it. I think it's great. So what I'm going to do now Look at me. I can't leave well enough alone. This is really, this is neat. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this dry. Maybe, right? We're painting this inside. Well, I'm going to explain this to you one more time. I'm going to let this dry though, and I think what we can do is next week we'll come back and decorate this and see how it does. So we are we're stained glass this vase. This is really pretty with food color, right? If you just joined us, we stained glassed it with food color and tacky glue and a little bit of water. That's all we use to stain glass this. It's a beautiful pink because it's Breast Cancer Month awareness, right? So it's a beautiful pink, and I think that it is cute. Now, we're not done, though, because we do want to let it dry. And while we let it dry, then we'll be able to, I don't know if I want another coat. I think this coat is pretty. What do you think? What do you guys think? I think this coat is pretty too. Lisa, I think this is a good idea. I think it's a great idea, sis. I like it. I like this. And it didn't take us long to do, right? Once we got the consistency of the color together, it didn't take us long to do. And next week, I will show you how we will decorate this because I think this is beautiful. Now, I'm going to set this aside to dry, but I want to show you guys some other things. Lisa was sitting here all worried, but I had other stuff on my plates for y'all too. I'm going to let that, I want to show you guys something that I made. Remember, let me put this up and let's put this in the water so that my brush doesn't get ruined. There we go. All right, we'll throw this away so we don't have this all over. There's that. Do you guys remember last week when we were talking that several of our classy members are survivors of breast cancer, and this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Ro, and I haven't seen Ro jump in yet, but Ro told us last week that she was having an event for to raise money for breast cancer awareness in her community. And we had asked multiple questions, and Lisa was taking great notes for us so that we could try to do a couple things for Ro and get them for her. So I started working right away this week on ideas of what could we do for Ro so that she could either include in a basket or sell at the fundraiser so that they could start raising money for them. And so this is what I came up with so far, and I really want to get your guys' opinion on this. And let me show you. I created this breast cancer survivor chopping board. It's not quite finished. I need to take it outside and sand it and then treat the board. But this is what I have so far. And I need to get this done so that I can send it to Ro. But I wanted you guys, what do you think? Do you think this is that where are we heading in the right direction for Ro? I think if we pair this up, right, with a cheese knife and some other kind of food utensil, this would make a great gift for Ro's group. And let me show you that I epoxied that on the inside. So I need to take this out and sand it all down and then treat it with mineral spirits and oil just in case. Now this is food safe epoxy. I usually make my cups with this epoxy. So just in case it can be used in case someone decides to use it. So I want to treat it with mineral oil. That's what I think. All right, so that's one thing, one idea that I had for Ro. Because remember, she couldn't think of things that she wanted to put in a basket. And so we could pair this up with a small cheese tray, small cheese items, and she could put that inside Oh, yes, it could be a nice shower gift as well. So that's one of the things that we created. And then the other thing that I've been working on, and I don't have it done because I want to take them all outside and sand them together, is you guys look at this. I created this clock I did all these off my laser. And I colored this with yellow, and I didn't like the yellow. So I'm going to take it outside, sand it down, and then make it. But this spins the dates, right? So today is the 15th. So you would do 15, and it is not January. It is not December. This all spins, and because I haven't glued it together, the final glue together, it's working a little against me. So you would do this 15 there, and it's Sunday, right? And that's what it would look like to tell the date and time, or date for today. When I glue it all together, then you spin these dowels like such, and then it sits inside of this little, and it would look like that. Thoughts, ideas? I just need to color this. I need to add some kind of stain to it so that it looks, I'm not going to stain this part. I'm only going to stain this. That's why I haven't glued it together. I'll stain the stand and I'll stain this part so that it looks nice. But this is kind of what it looks like when it's all put together. Now this one I stained after I made it, but it's too dark, and so you spin the dates because you can't see the dates in it. You can't see the numbers. I didn't make the engraving deep enough on this one, so that's why I said, well, let me do it over. And then I realized, like, it's kind of small. It's cute, but it's small. But I wanted it a little bit bigger, so I'm going to redo this one and make it. That's why I made it that bigger. I made it much bigger than before. And so you just turn the dials and put the date. Today is Sunday. It's October 15th. And that's how it works. Now you guys can't even see that says Sunday, October 15th. And you can't really see the drawing, which is why I recut and did it all over. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Good to see you. So that's why, hey Katina, how are you doing, honey? That's why I cut it and redid it, because I want to be able to see the numbers. And I probably shouldn't have stained these wood pieces on here, and then we would have been able to see it a lot better. But I'm going to stain this piece and this piece. And I'll take those all outside and do them all together. So that's what I've decided to make for Ro. And Ro can sell them as, can auction them off as 2 different gifts. Of course, this one she'll want to put something with it. Or she could do it all by itself. It's a cutting board. You can put it on one of those Dollar Tree stands and you can auction that off just like that. But I think it would be really cute paired up with like some cheese and a cheese knife, and I think that would be cute paired up that way with that. So that's what I have for our friend Ro, who is in need of items for her event. I got to get these done today, I believe, because she said her event was the 26th or the 28th. That's next week, so I need to make sure to get them in the mail before anything, before time goes by. Katina, I'm so glad she loved it. I'm so sorry it took me so long to get it mailed off to you, but tell her happy belated birthday. Like, she almost had another birthday come by the time I got that one to her. So, all right. My loves, it's another quick one. Now, don't forget, this was our project. Oh my God, I almost dropped this, y'all. Ooh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for keeping that. I almost dropped it. This is our beautiful project for today. Look at how it's looking good as it's drying. I see a little bit of separation. Not a whole lot. This side right here has no separation in it. But it's looking good. It is looking good. I'm going to take a new brush. I'm going to try something. Y'all should probably tell me right now, Sharon, stop, don't mess it up. But I'm going to just try and see as it's drying, maybe I can pull that separation out of there with a brush that doesn't have any of this water and glue on it. Yes. Yes. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's getting tacky too. That tacky glue is just for that reason. I love this. This is definitely stained glass, and it's definitely pretty. Yep, 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 and yep. It's a great idea. Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah, that really did it. And you can feel the tack in it too. So I guess it's just a matter of checking on it here and there as it separates, and then close the separation with, like I used a clean brush that didn't have the mixture on it already, so it didn't add more water to it. And it's not moving anymore. That's the other thing. It's not moving anymore, so that really helps it. There it is. That's beautiful, Lisa. Great idea, great idea. Great idea. I love it. And we will finish decorating this next week. I don't think that I'm going to put another coat on it. I think I like the color that it is right now, the way that it's turned out. I don't think it needs another coat. And from my side, I can see the iridescence of it. You may not be able to see the iridescence because of the light, but I really don't think it needs another coat. I think it's a beautiful pink. And when it dries, we will decorate this. If it dries, well, I know it'll dry before next Sunday. But if I can, maybe I'll show you some photos of how it turned out, and then I'll show it to you next week. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I only need to do more layers if I want it darker. I think this is beautiful the way that it is. And I'm just going to allow it to dry. If I can keep my little tucker fingers off of it without messing it up anymore, I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. Look how cute and easy this project took us. Probably, real talk, it probably took us 15 minutes. The 10 minutes or so was making sure we got the right consistency, adding a little more glue to it as it went through. You can do this at home. Imagine doing this with even a glass that has no designs on it. Go to the Goodwill. Go to the thrift store. They have vases there all the time. Look in the back of your in the back of the cabinet underneath your sink where you hide your vases when you get flowers. Dig one of those out and glam it up. Take it to the next level, right? This is exactly what I did. I found this underneath my kitchen sink, and you can change the color of your vase by doing that. This is such a great idea. It was not my idea. It was one that Lisa gave to us. She shared from Des 1610 or 1016 by Des. This is her idea. She came up with this. It is gorgeous. Now I'm going to let it dry. I will test to see how it will work. I don't think that we can put water in this vase. I think we would just use it as a vase filler with faux flowers or something of the sort. But I'm going to test and see what will happen because I think it's beautiful. And it is awesome. This would be really pretty to tie a pink bow around the middle with some bling on it and gift it as a to a survivor for breast cancer. So here's where I am so far with these 3 projects. We will finish them all next week or before next week, and I will come back and show you how they turned out, either by photo or by actuality, so that I can make sure to get them shipped out before we run out of time to bless Ro with these things. It has been an absolute pleasure to be with y'all, my classy family, my classy sisters, and my classy brothers. Those that's hiding in the bushes, not saying anything. I know y'all out there. It's been a pleasure to be with y'all. I can't wait to show you how these things all turned out. But until next time, I will see you in our next video. And until then, stay classy. See you next time.